Hello and welcome to all. In today's session, we will see how we can do NUnit setup with C Sharp for Playwrights on Windows. Complete guide. Okay, so before we start, first we need to ensure that we have Windows 11, we have admin rights, and a stable internet connection. Okay, so prerequisite here is like as we have covered in last demo, we need to install the Visual Studio 2026 or later. Okay, we need to install the .NET SDK. Okay, and we should have a basic understanding of C Sharp and the testing concept. Okay, and here we need to make sure that when we are installing a Visual Studio, we need to select a .NET desktop development. Okay, okay. So if in case we have not installed the NUnit, okay, so we need to first select the console. Okay, console application, and after that we need to select the right click on the project, and we need to navigate to manage NuGet packages, and from NuGet packages, we need to select the NUnit, then NUnit 3 test adapter, and the Microsoft.NET test SDK. Okay, these all three libraries are required when we need to use the NUnit in C Sharp or in Visual Studio. Okay, so we'll see all these things how we will install. Okay, if in case we have not pre-installed the NUnit. Okay, so here, if in case we need to execute our first program, then first we need to open the Visual Studio. Okay, we need to create a new project. We need to search for the NUnit test project. Okay, we need to give the project name and the location, and we need to simply click on the create. Okay, so once we have created the NUnit project, okay, so default it is coming default test file and you get packages. Okay, that all are the dependencies. It is coming. Okay, and here you can see this is the default, we can say, test example. Okay, so here we are using the test annotation. Okay, this is the method. Okay, test method or test case. Okay, and this is the setup. Okay, so like in test ng, if in case we are using, so before test or they or here we can see setup. Okay, so here this is the same syntax, setup and the test. Okay, and here is the, like, we can say, the NUnit important components like test. Okay, marks a method as a test case. Okay, setup before each test method it will execute. Like in test ng we have a before test, same way we have a setup, and tear down after each test it will execute this method, like similarly after test in test ng. And definitely assert we can use to validate expected versus actual result. Okay, and here is the, like, first example. Okay, here we are just comparing assert dot r equal expected versus actual, and in that case our test method or test case will pass or fail. Okay, so this is the first program we can write it in NUnit. Okay, so we'll see how we can do it. Okay, but before that, okay, so we need to understand how we can execute the test. Okay, we need to go to test explorer, and we just simply click on the run all. Okay, so what are the methods or the test cases are available in my that particular class file? Okay, to execute. Okay, green means pass, red means fail. Okay, and we will also integrate NUnit with CI/CD tools like Jenkins or Azure DevOps. Okay, and definitely NUnit we can also use in Selenium or the Playwrights. Okay, and common mistakes we are doing, if in case we are not install all the reference libraries in Visual Studio. Okay, then maybe we'll not able to see test not appearing in Test Explorer. Okay, so in that case we need to reinstall the missing adapter. Okay, maybe while installing we'll select the wrong .NET version. We need to make sure that we have selected the correct and the latest .NET version. Okay, and don't forget to put this attribute like test ng. We are putting the @test. Same way we need to give the test attribute. Okay, and we need to use the assertions very smartly. Okay, so this is the way we can do the NUnit setup. Okay, and we'll write our first program in Visual Studio using C Sharp. Okay, so what I will do, I'm going to open a Visual Studio. Okay, so you just simply come here and we have a shortcut dev environment. Okay, so like as here you can see 2026 Visual Studio is already installed. Okay, like as I shown how we can install the Visual Studio in last demo. Okay, so here I'm going to create a new project. Okay, so if in case here you can see I already installed the NUnit. Okay, so I'm going to select the NUnit, click on next. Okay, if in case you have not installed, just simply click on the console application. Okay, so in my case I'm going to select the NUnit since I already installed. I will show you. Okay, select, click on next. Okay, so here I'm going to give the project name demo NUnit test. Okay, this is my location. Okay, click on next. Okay, here I'm going to select the latest .NET 10.0 and simply click on the create. Okay, so here you can see a pop-up message and Microsoft Visual Studio creating a project. Okay, here you can see, like as I mentioned, this is a setup method and this will execute every test. Okay, since this is the default one. Okay, and okay, here you can see this is the only one test method is there. Okay, so, and nothing is there. So for demo purpose, okay, so I'm just mentioning here console dot write line, and I will put in setup. Okay, and here also, okay, assert, and here also I will put console dot write line in test method. Okay, so if you want, we'll give the like actual string and the expected string, and we'll compare the or we'll assert the things. Okay, but for demo purpose I am just putting a simple print statement. Okay, and just removing the assert things. Okay, and here if you see right hand side, by default it's dependencies are already added. Okay, here you can see it. Okay, if in case you see any error, okay, just simply you need to come here. Okay, and right click. Okay, here we can see manage NuGet packages. Okay, simply select here. Okay, so now here you can see browser install and the updates. Okay, so now since as I mentioned, okay, I already installed the NUnit. Okay, so here how we can verify, just simply type NUnit. Okay, here you can see NUnit is already there. Okay, so now let me show you NUnit. NUnit test adapter is also there. If you click here, okay, here you can see on your right hand side it's already installed. Okay, okay, so here you can see if I click here uninstall, it will uninstall. Okay, and same way NUnit is also there. Okay, so we need to install the NUnit adapter and SDK as I mentioned. Okay, suppose if you are not able to see anything and we see any error, simply come here. Okay, browse it. Okay, NUnit. Okay, and it will search it. Okay, just simply come here and click on install here. Okay, since I already installed, that is the reason it is coming uninstall. Okay, so this way we can install the NUnit things. Okay, I'm closing. Okay, again I am opening the our first program NUnit. Okay, so now I'm going to save it, and if in case we need to execute it, we need to go to test explorer. Okay, and here I'm going to mention run test or run all test in view. Okay, and here you can see first outcome is not run. Okay, and still executing. Okay, build error, it is showing some, there are some build errors. Okay, we'll see what is the build errors. Okay, simply come here. Okay, here you can see. Okay, let me put something colon is expected somewhere. Ah, yes, here after the right line we need to do the semicolon, save it. Okay, now I will do it, run it. run all. Okay, and in test explorer you can see outcome is not run. Okay, so now if you see here, we have one test method, one setup method. So definitely before execute this test method, okay, our setup will run in setup, and after that in test method will run. Okay, so now if you expand, it's still running. Okay, now my test methods run successfully, and like as I mentioned, it's passed. Tick green means passed. Okay, now if you click here, like, okay, okay, here you can see in test method, in test method, in test method, and before that one setup method is executed. Okay, so if I have two test method, okay, so every time our this method will execute. Okay, so I will quickly show you. This is my test method one. I will do another. I will copy paste. Okay, test method one, and this is the test method two. We'll just implement the test method two, and we'll run it again. Okay, if you want to execute, simply click here and just run. Just mention since it's execute going on. Okay, so we'll see. Okay, let me run it. Okay, here you can see. Okay, since here we can see my test method is executed, and here we can see. Okay, it took the 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds. Okay, yeah, 30 second only, point 30 second. And now if you see here, and output is there in test method. Okay, in setup and test method. Okay, that's it. Okay, if in case you have any questions, queries, please let me know. Thank you.